Hello and welcome. I'm your host Lazar. We're going to talk about this very briefly. There's a lot of stuff we could get into here, and maybe we'll get into a little bit of it. So Game Jolt banned things that had adult content, even if the content was not necessarily explicit. That's what they're complaining about here. Well, they're complaining about the former being banned too, but also the latter. People who have created games where they're discussing topics, like one of the games they cite is about like surviving and recovering from abuse, which that seems like that might be cathartic, you know. But yeah, a new policy change has cast a mighty wide net. Let's just scroll down here. They unexpectedly pulled various games from its platform earlier this week, telling developers in an email that they don't want to allow that kind of content on their title. Now, some stuff here is bad for customers, not necessarily the banning of the products or whatever. Like, I'm not going to get into that from the customer's perspective, but down below they talk about how people will no longer be able to download these games if they own them on Game Jolt. That seems kind of suspect to me because I have like a game on Steam. It's like an Atari 80-in-1 game pack or something like that. And that game never worked correctly. Ever. And they don't sell it. They haven't sold it in over 10 years. And I could still download it. Like, I could still go download and install it. It just wouldn't do anything, but I could download it. You know, Steam, once you own it, I should put own in air quotes. Once you own a license that they can revoke at any time, you own it. It's in your Steam library. You can always download it. Seems weird to take that away from your users. There's definitely a way to have handled this better from the Game Jolt perspective of, hey, we don't want to promote this kind of stuff on the main site because we have a lot of underage users in our user base. That seems perfectly reasonable. Maybe creating like Game Jolt After Dark or something and putting all this kind of content over there so that people who are not old enough to see it can't get to it or something. Like something like that. You could have done something like that. You also shouldn't steal from your user base. That seems kind of messed up. Anyway, scrolling down here, here in this third paragraph, I got to the Schadenfreude, and I just really started enjoying this article. Most workers who make this kind of content live paycheck to paycheck. Jennifer Ray, whoever this person is, whoever Jennifer Ray is, almost everybody lives paycheck to paycheck. The fact that you're suddenly just discovering this fact, that people in your line of work live paycheck to paycheck, and that having your income yanked away is very serious, apply that to everybody. There are billions of people in this world. There are a lot of people who over the last year or two have been fired because they didn't want to do a thing that they morally objected to. Where is your commentary about that? What do you think about those people, Jennifer Ray? And this is where the Schadenfreude comes in. Because people like this, and I don't know Jennifer Ray specifically, but there are a lot of people who create this kind of content who also think that a whole lot of people should be censored, who should not be able to speak, whose ideas they don't like, and they want those people canceled, they want those people destroyed, they want those people fired. And seeing the reverse, seeing the censorship machine come for people who believe in censorship, that's just funny. You gotta admit that. Like, that's just a laugh. There's a lot I could really get into here, talking about how these kinds of platforms, maybe not necessarily Game Jolt because it's very explicitly a storefront, but other sites like YouTube and Twitter and stuff, like you say the wrong phrase on YouTube or Twitter and you're gone. Your income and your user base platform gets swept away from you immediately. Like, you're just gone. And that's not right. But I don't see Jennifer Ray out here protesting people trying to cancel Joe Rogan, for example. I don't see people like Jennifer Ray out there saying, no, all those videos that have been deleted over the past 2 years about X, Y, or Z on YouTube, they shouldn't have been deleted because they were not illegal in any way. They were just people talking about something. You don't see that. You don't see that kind of thing. And that's where I get my laugh about this whole situation. If Game Jolt is really targeting like a very large audience of uh, early teens, like their decision to not have this kind of material on their website makes sense. It is their website, so they don't want to sell your game. They don't have to sell your game. I'm sure it's in their terms of service. Maybe those terms of service are bad and wrong, but it is what it is. So sit back and enjoy the Schadenfreude with me because it is delicious, rich, and chocolatey and German. It's a great word. It's absolutely a great word. You all have a great day, and bye bye.